everybody, this is Nina with Nina's Southern Accents, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to share a video with you about the barn door bundle that is in the Occasions catalog. It's on page 43, and this is the new 2018 Occasions catalog, and it is good through May 31st, but I fell in love. If I had to pick one of a favorite stamp set, this would probably be it out of this catalog. When I saw it, I just fell in love with it. But you can make these interactive cards with it. Let me show you this one that I made. It just slides. It's a slider card. And then I combined it with a set that's in the annual catalog, the This Little Piggy set. And I made this card, and I'm going to show you how I did that and how to put it together. Now, I've already stamped the pieces and did most of the work because I didn't want this video to be long. When you order the bundle, you get the stamp set and the framelits, and you get all of this that's shown here. These are the pieces that make the slider card, okay? This piece cuts out this, which is where your barn door slides. This rectangle cuts out the barn door. You can also use this to make shaker cards. It's a great little framelit to have. And these small framelits cut out your hardware. This piece cuts out the thin strip that goes across the top here. You can see the hardware there. So I'm going to show you how to put this card together. One thing I did want to show you, this is just a scrap of my basic black. And you can see how I use this scrap to, so save your scraps and you don't waste a lot of paper. But those scraps do come in handy for these small little pieces like this. So what you're going to need is a card base, and I'm using Real Red. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece here that is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is the piece that I'm using for my slider. I ran it through the Big Shot to cut this part out, and then I ran it through with the embossing folder. I can't think of the name right now, but the Pinewood Plank, I believe it's called, in the annual catalog, just to give it some texture. And then I went ahead and stamped the barn door, and I cut that out with the rectangle framelit. And I've already put adhesive strips on the back. You're going to need the adhesive strips. You're going to need some mini dimensionals. Now, when you're making these slider cards, people have said use washers, use pennies. A fellow demonstrator suggested using your 1/2" hole punch and just punching out little circles. So I've already done that. You do need to use 2 of the mini dimensionals instead of just 1 to give it some more room. So what you're going to do is, first of all, get your door on this piece. So you're going to have these little pieces here in here, and you want to slide them all the way over, and then peel that off, and you're going to put this piece on here. Just center it up. just like that. And then you're going to adhere your barn door down to that. And if you'll notice, I used the same color, the real red. So our barn door, it's going to be like this. And so that's going to keep that from showing. So I'm going to put some liquid glue just right there. And make sure they're slid over as wherever you want that door to be. And you're going to adhere that down. Now the next set you're going to put down, you're going to put on the other side like this. Have them in there. And you want these to be all the way over to the other side. You're going to peel those little things off and put the other circle on top there. Now your barn door is going to come over this way so you can line it up like that. And put a little Tombow. Just like that. Now I had already stamped this piece. This is a piece of Whisper White, and it is 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. And it's going to fit right under here. And I really should have adhered this down before I put the door on. I think I did that the last card I made like this, but it's okay. We can slide it under there. All right, we're just going to slide it in there like that. And press it down. And see, when you slide the door over, it says, "This little piggy loves you." I'm actually making this card for my husband. Our pastor, we're having a men's conference at our church, and our pastor wanted us to pray for our husbands and encourage them this week. So this is going to be my card for my husband, and I'm going to write him a little note. But I got this little Hugs and Kisses from this stamp here. It's all one stamp, and you can cut your stamps apart if you want to, but I just took my real red marker and just colored that part in and then stamped it on there. And I love these little piggy lip kisses. So I just love this little piggy set. So now what we're going to do, I do want to go ahead and put the hardware on. Now this, the fine tip glue pen would be your friend on this. Now you see these little small pieces here? This cuts out the hardware. Here is the door handle, and here are the little pieces that make it look like it's attached to this. But if you'll notice on my card, they're not attached to that piece. It's just to make it look like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the fine tip glue pen, and just put a line. So center this up at the top there. Just like that. And then, got some tweezers somewhere. Let me grab those. Tweezers are good too. Put a little bit there. And put my handle on my barn door. Just like that. And now, like I said, these are going to sit at the top and just look like they're attached to that. So I'm only going to put glue just right here at the bottom. And the way I lined mine up so they would look even, I looked at the corner of the door here and just put them there. And then I'm going to put the other one over here. So it's not as difficult as it looks. I'll put this, I'm just lining it up with this line right here to make it look even. And then of course making sure that. So there's my interactive card. Now I had also already put the adhesive strips on the back. So now I'm going to take this piece, pull all these things off, and I'm going to put it down on my card base. Make sure it's centered up, just like that. And so now, have a little interactive card. And I have seen so many cute things with this set. I've seen people make it with a double door opening. I've seen people make it with a double slider, which you need a longer card. I've seen people make a card where the door, you adhere it down here and it just opens. So many cute ideas with this set, but this barn door set, I just love it, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. We do have celebration going on right now through March 31st. If you order $50 of product, you get a free celebration item out of the catalog. They do have level 2 celebration items where if you spend $100, you can get that free. You can look at my online store. It's www.southernaccents.stampinup.net. I'll have a link below in the video, and I would love to be your demonstrator. Keep checking. I hope to get better on track with doing more videos and more blog posts this year. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time, and I hope you have a great day.